A lot of material, man. Y'all need to get your hands on all that for free or for fee. I really don't care. Put your hands on it.
I love the insurance mechanic in Escape from Tarkov. I also love the idea of purposely taking in gear that you know you will get back in insurance. For example, people usually call the MP series of shotguns fraud cannons because they are so big that it is hard to take out of raid unless you have a huge backpack or you let it take up a weapon slot. And even if you take on the arduous task of hauling this thing out of the raid, it's not even worth that much anyways. I wanted to push this practice of taking in a gun that is barely worth the trouble of taking off someone to the extreme. To guns that can be meta, but only if you put some work into them. Guns like the SA-58 that can be GigaChad juice cannons, but in stock configuration, they're pretty shit. To test if anyone would take this big pile of garbage, I took it into 10 raids on customs over multiple days with the same kit to have as little variables as possible and keep track of what I got in insurance. And before anyone says the stock SA-58 is good or cheap, it really isn't. SA-58s are on the flea for about 35 to 40k, but these are scav SA-58s that have around 50 durability, which means they suck. Unless someone put on the market an SA-58 they found in a weapons crate, and they put it up for cheap, the only other option for a minty fresh SA is buying from Peacekeeper, and he wants an arm and a leg for it. The Belgian variant is gonna be $1,075 or 132,000 rubles. For a gun with shit iron sights, 21 ergo without the 30 round mag, and 175 vertical recoil. Or you can trade 3 hard drives and 2 sticks of detonated wham, which right now in late wipe on the flea is about 50k or less. This model is less than half the price currently, with the only difference being that you get a 20 round mag instead of the 30, and has 12 ergo without the mag. The third option, which is probably the worst option, is buying just the receiver from Mechanic 4 for almost 43,000 and building up the gun from ground up, which would be the cheapest option, but if you trade for the Austrian variant and sell all the parts besides the receiver, you'll make back almost 27,000, making the brand new receiver 23,000 rubles instead of the 43,000 Mechanic wants. In fact, if you buy all the trade items for less than 48,000 rubles, you can make money just by parting the whole gun to Mechanic to make a profit. So whether you shill out a bunch of money or trade 50k worth of electronics, you have a bad gun. That can be a juice cannon if you shill out around 130,000 more rubles for an ergo build, and 150,000 rubles for a recoil build. And this doesn't include sight or tactical vice, and if the components are even available to begin with, as items like the RK2 foregrip are well over 100k on the market if you don't have skier 4. And even after this, you're looking at a gun that has 81 vertical recoil. These builds and pricing is based off a video by JDog the Wise, by the way. I didn't make these builds. So who would take a stock SA-58? I made this Excel spreadsheet to track what I got back in insurance, taking the SA-58, 2 extra mags with M80 so no one would take the standard mags for the ammo that's inside, a bank robber, 6p13 at full health, cold pure balaclava, and a burr cut. The kit costs about 180,000 rubles and another 47,000 to insure. And this kit is super basic and honestly pretty garbage because 6p13, though it is level 4, it's ceramic, so you can use it for 1, maybe 2 raids before it's garbage. It also only takes like 2 bullets till it breaks. It weighs a ton, just not good. You also don't have a helmet, ears, and I included the cost of the M80, so that's 60 rounds of M80 at $3 a round, but really you should be running at least M62 or M61 if you have it. And I can't stress this enough, the SA-58 sights just suck so bad. With how low the ergo is, it's almost impossible to aim.
Very minor betrayal of that cat's face.
In fact, the sights are so bad, I have no idea how I got all of these PMC kills. I probably couldn't do this good with an actual good gun that I'll build. Every clip of me killing a PMC with this setup looks like I just randomly shot at the person, which I was doing, and I just happened to win. Well, sucks to be that guy.
I'm still at large, Skilly.
I fucking knew that was a man. Man, what the fuck? I just killed a guy, he has a DVL with no sight on it. Now would be a nice way to segue into the notes category of this Excel spreadsheet, where I put different information I thought might be useful to kind of figure out why or why not I got my gear back. This run, I put had loot, DVL, the TC2000 he had, but also guy was naked, so I got killed by this guy who's a PMC using 545 BP at the Alamo train tracks. So I'm gonna run the clip, and you're gonna notice this guy is super poverty, and he happens to head eyes me with like an AKS-74U with bad 545 ammo in it. And you'll also notice that the sights and recoil on this gun really suck, and I was kinda just spraying and praying. This run is also the one where I ran up on the guy that had just spawned, or didn't spawn yet, maybe. And also the guy that I just killed with the DVL that he put the scope into his butt. TTV, by the way. What? And wouldn't you know, this guy that has no kit and is probably super poor takes my SA-58 and my magazines. I did run into Rashala and the boys a couple times and died whenever I saw them because, as you can expect, having bullets that barely pen level 4 in a gun that kicks like a mule and has no range to it because the sights suck so bad ends pretty poorly for me. Oh, that's the voice.
There's so much gold back there that I could have mined, but it's just not worth it.
Oh, I'm condemned.
He said, oh, I'm dead.
So my general findings from doing these 10 raids on customs with this kit was that pretty much if a raider kills you, you're probably just going to get your stuff back no matter what, because raider loot is found in raid and it's going to be worth more on the market anyways. I'm also going to go ahead and say that if you get the loot from someone else on you, they're probably going to take that, even though the most loot I ever had on me was the DVL in a helmet or the mutant in a helmet. But I did kill one guy that had a 45 vector and a U-latch. I killed a man, and then got killed, so they probably took his loot instead of mine. But anyways, if you do get killed by someone and you have no other loot on you, which I should have been doing to make it more scientifically accurate, there being different variables that I can control. But the main takeaway is if you die to someone that is using really shitty ammo, like 545 BP, or this other guy that killed me with M80, or the dude that was sitting under the train station and hosed me down with green tracer out of some 9mm gun, they're probably gonna take your shit. But if anyone's using S&B, 7.62 BP, or this one guy I'm pretty sure was hacking that was using M995, they're not gonna be taking your shitty SA-58. What the fuck? Okay. So moral of the story is, people really don't want your stock SA-58 unless they are dirt poor using poverty bullets. I'm just gonna leave the table up here for like 30 more seconds so you can look at it. Just pause the video. I think I'm gonna do another one of these videos, but instead of an SA-58, I'm gonna do a minimally kitted M4. You know, just a regular Colt M4, some sort of red dot. Get rid of the front sight post, see if people take that, keep track if people part out the sight and all of that, change up the armor and the vest and backpack and everything, try and make the kit more expensive, and then see where the line is to where people are always going to be taking your shit.
I'm gonna buy a hospital and I'm gonna shut it down and I'm gonna laugh and clap and I'm gonna put a fulfillment center there for my new company called Dronely. We're gonna start sending drones into space and I'm gonna start blowing up stars in space with a huge laser, and I'm gonna have sex with Elon Musk in laser space.